So this is just a quick demo to show you the steps it would take to get erasing as close down to white as you can. So first thing I'm always going to try is a kneaded eraser. It's gentle, it doesn't destroy the tooth of your paper. First attack is to take it by tapping and rolling, always stretching the eraser out to get a clean area of the eraser to use. When you are no longer seeing color come up on the eraser, that's time to move on to the next attempt, which is using the eraser in a more traditional manner, which is rubbing it. You can put some real elbow grease behind it because a kneaded eraser is very gentle to paper. It's not going to destroy the tooth. So you can see even with that, we're not getting down to straight white. We're not picking up so much in the darker, waxier areas of the paper. So next step is to try a hard pencil eraser. With that, you can get a little more friction. It's a little more likely to tear up your paper, but still fairly gentle. Next one I'm showing you is Scotch tape. This is sort of the secret weapon for picking up waxy colored pencil. You lay it down, you press on it, try to do it with just your finger or the back of an eraser, or else it's going to leave dents, as you can see. You can do it several times in the same place without destroying the tooth of the paper, and it picks up very well. Once it's picked up as much as it can, when the Scotch tape is coming out clear, then you can try to go back over that area with the kneaded eraser and pick up even the last remains. You can also use it like frisket, cutting it into shapes. You can use a sharp pencil on it on purpose to make indents and then color over them and they'll stay white. So it's a wonderful little tool for you to use if you don't mind spending a little time fidgeting with it. So the last ditch of things that we would try are a chemical solvent and things that might destroy the paper. So for that, we're going to start playing around with nail polish removers. The one I've got here, I'd use one that is not colored. Mine is green, it doesn't help me. And one that's as close to acetone base as you can get. I don't recommend it as a first try, only because it might stain your paper, it might not work right, it helps a little bit. So first try to get up as much as you can. Here you can see I'm doing it with both a kneaded eraser and the Scotch tape to get up as much pigment as I can before I go in with the nail polish remover. I'm going to scrub it with the brush, and then you can go back over it again with a kneaded eraser and see how much of it you've loosened up that you can pull up. It sort of works. It's not amazing. So the next thing we're going to try is things that scratch or take off that top layer of paper and with it remove the pigment of the colored pencil. So first, I'm trying the Hardpoint Ii Tool from our first quarter, and you can see it's great at making a hard little white area, but it does destroy the paper. Going back over that is not going to work well. So it's good for like a sharp highlight final step, but that's all. Next, I'm trying Sandpaper. I've got an 80 grit, which is the red one. You can see it pretty much roughs up my paper. It does help get it back to white, but there's some serious scarring. That 400 grit, which is the black sandpaper, does a really lovely job of creating a super smooth, very white area. So that one does work. It does make incredibly smooth paper at the end, which can be kind of frustrating when you go back over it, but it does remove it down to white once you go one more pass with that kneaded eraser to pick up any dust. So those are the steps you can use if you're going to give it a whirl.